How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how Vanguard Zombies and Daron Fung will be an absolute flop on release. So I'm just going to be taking a look at the Treyarch blog post that they posted today, and I will be going through everything and just talking about how much of a disaster this is. So we already know that Daron Fung will not be a round-based map. It will be more akin to Outbreak, which I'm not really sure why they can't make a bunch of round-based maps based on Daron Fung. Like, why can't we do something with Transit, how all the locations were made into little mini-maps? I feel like it would be so easy, and the fact that Shinonuma is a part of this is just like, why haven't you done this? So we have Stalingrad, Merville, Paris, and Shinonuma. Keep in mind, Stalingrad is like the starting room. So we really only have Merville, Paris, and Shinonuma are our mini-maps. I don't understand why these can't be made into smaller round-based maps because they are linked by teleporters. So just take away the teleporters and put everything on each map, and then we have, boom, we just have round-based maps. And the spawns are there, the zoning's there, everything is there. You just literally have to put the perk machines and whatnot on the maps. I don't get why we can't have 4 round-based maps at launch. So I'm taking a look at the blog post right now, so I think I'll put some screenshots or whatnot. I'm not really recording this, I'm just recording the audio. We have Dark Ether entities and artifacts. So we have 4 artifacts. These are all just copy-pasted from Cold War. Mind you, Cold War has 8 of these field upgrade artifact things. So we have the Ring of Fire, the Aether Shroud, the Energy Mine, and then the Frost Blast. We had 5 field upgrades at the launch of Cold War, I believe, so we're missing Healing Aura. Never mind the fact that we're missing Frenzy Guard, Toxic Growth, and Tesla Storm, we are missing Healing Aura. So there is already less content than there is in Cold War at launch. So, and I guarantee you that they're going to be like, oh, in this update we're adding Healing Aura. It's going to be the same thing. They're just going to be taking away stuff we already had in Cold War and putting it back into Vanguard. So, and I swear to God, if we see Healing Aura, Frenzy Guard, if we see all of that in Vanguard as like post-launch content, this is going to be a disaster. So I kind of get the idea of, you know, a lot of people only used Ring of Fire and Aether Shroud, so only using a couple if you just want to cut all the fat out. But again, Energy Mine and Frost Blast are basically the same thing, so you really couldn't have replaced one of these with like Healing Aura or Frenzy Guard or something, really? Yeah, so we're already at half the content. We're at half the content in terms of these field upgrades, you know. And it's Treyarch. They're making it's literally porting over everything from Cold War. So why are we only getting half the things? Shouldn't we have all 8 field upgrades and be expanding from there? No, of course not. So we have these Altar of Covenant things, which really I don't really understand what they're about. It just looks like they're replacing or taking away the ammo mods, or at least some of them, the ammo mods away and putting them into these kind of gobblegum looking things. So you have melee attacks do more damage. That was an upgrade that you could use with your crystals in Cold War, the weapon class skills. Revive allies faster, that was a skill of Quick Revive. Chance to turn your enemies to your side, that's and Cryo Freeze, that's another. Those are 2 of the AATs. Death Blow, critical kills return bullets to the clip. I'm pretty sure that was a perk of Deadshot, or that was a I don't think so, never mind. But still, kind of something you would expect in like Deadshot Daiquiri or something. Ammo Gremlins, stowed weapons refill ammo from the stock automatically. That is a meal kick upgrade. That is a meal kick side effect of the perk. Consecutive hits on the same enemy do more damage. That is a Deadshot perk. Enemies killed by explosions may explode. Actually, I don't think that's PhD related. Deal more damage when stationary. That's kind of ties into the Ring of Fire thing. Call of the Week, deal more damage to slowed or stunned enemies. and chance to keep equipment after using it. That is I'm pretty sure that's an upgrade from either Mule Kick. I'm pretty sure it's Mule Kick. So yeah, we're just kind of piecemealing these skills from various parts of Cold War and putting them into this own feature. Yeah, and the fact that you can only have 3 of them. So they're really powering down. We really saw how overpowered we were in Cold War and how easy it was, and we're really trying to take that away from us. Okay, so then they kind of elaborate on that, and then here we go. We have 5 perks. There were 6 perks in Cold War's launch, so keep that in mind. We have Juggernog, Deadshot, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Stamina Up. They don't outright say it because they have like these weird names, like Demonic Frenzy is boosting reload speed, so you kind of have to translate it there. But so we're missing Elemental Pop. PhD, this is a big one. PhD will not be in Vanguard. What is the point of introducing PhD? I mean, it's better late than never, but PhD, that was a huge part of Vanguard. Or not Vanguard, Cold War. That was a huge part of Cold War, and now it's gone now. Fuck you, it's gone. So then they kind of go into the skill tiers of the perks. So once you've activated the free tier 1 version, okay, so purchasing the perk initially is free, so I guess that's cool. And then 2,500 for tier 2, then 5,000 for tier 3, and then 7,500 for tier 4. Okay, so we better be getting really, really out there with these upgrades, you know? If it's just the same as the tier 5s in Cold War, it's kind of a yikers. So each upgrade will increase a specific base stat with higher tiers. As an example, the Juggernog perk, I think that's the one, yep. The Juggernog perk provides plus 25 at tier 1 and goes all the way up to plus 100 at tier 4. Okay, so never mind. Scratch what I just said. This is basically, we're just replacing the crystals and putting them into each game, which kind of, for casuals, this seems like a good idea, but for hardcore players, it's really like, you know, we don't, like, one of the things that we had to show for how much we played was everything was at tier 5. We have everything at tier 5, we are overpowered. But now that we don't have that, we're kind of losing a way to show that we are playing the game more than other people. So yeah, so another thing that's biting the dust. So the weapon upgrades, we have the white unpack-a-punched. So they're taking away the tier system from Cold War. Like, you know, when you go to the armor station, you can make it a red, green, blue. They're tying that in to the pack-a-punch. So again, kind of another level of things are being removed. You may manually upgrade your weapon at the pack-a-punch machine once you save enough essence. The cost now starts at 7,500 for your first pack-a-punch. So, oh my gosh. So, you know that thing, the most iconic thing? What does Pack-a-Punch cost? You go to someone that's played Call of Duty at least once in their life. What do you go? Pack-a-Punch is how much? 5,000 points. We're removing that iconicism, and that's just going to be even more confusing for casual players. Like, what? I thought Pack-a-Punch cost 5,000. You know, never mind the fact that it's still 1,500 and 30,000 for the upgrades for the 2 and 3s, but now we're removing the iconicism of 5,000 for Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch will upgrade your weapon to a blue, then level 2 is a purple, level 3 is orange, so you can see that. And then we have the custom loadouts, which are really, really pointless. They have 5 preset loadouts, and one of them uses, or 2 of them use the energy mine. So that's how you know. So then they go into a new experience with every match. In another twist of the zombies formula, the gameplay space will now change throughout the match as the dark ether barrier shrinks and expands. This means no 2 games should feel the same, as you feel shifting variations on objectives. 1 minute you may find yourself fighting for your life in a single corridor of Shinonuma. The next you'll have access to both floors of the main hut. that just, that is such a Hail Mary for features, because they're like, shit, we have nothing to, this is just Outbreak, but worse. And it's such a Hail Mary in terms of just things to do. So here's the big one. On December 2nd, new Zombies content and features will begin to roll out. The main quest. Players will also encounter some other surprise elements later in Season 1 that will set the stage for our upcoming main quest. What that means, Season 2, at the earliest, is our first Easter egg. That is a huge, enormous slap in the face to everyone. What are like the things that everyone knows about zombies? There's an Easter egg. Everyone knows there's an Easter egg in zombies. Like, whether or not you can do it, everyone knows that there's an Easter egg on every map. Even in Outbreak, so they're adding a main quest, presumably to Darren Fung, which means we're not even getting they don't even confirm the fact. This confirms the fact that there is no second map, at least until Season 2, which is kind of how Cold War played out, but that was at the very, very end of Season 1. The very end. So, Darren Fung potentially will be the only content we can play all the way up until February. Now, that may not sound bad, but we don't have anything to play on top of Darren Fung. We don't have any more other mini maps, we don't have Town to hold us over. We don't have the Giant to hold us over, like Shadows of Evil Giant. Again, this is the second time we're not getting a second smaller map to add a little bit of replayability. And again, that could be very easily solved with the fact that if we have the 3 or the 4 maps, the 4 subsections that the map is split into, are round-based maps. Why they're not doing it, I don't know. But we won't even have an Easter egg until 2022. Just think about that. We will not have an Easter egg until 2022. Now, I don't blame Treyarch on this, because Treyarch are the ones making this. They just came out with Forsaken. So, what I want to know is, why did Activision think it was a good idea to force Treyarch to make more Zombies maps? Because what really made Zombies maps so special is the bridge between them. You leave Black Ops 2 in 2013 in Origins, and you have to wait a really, really long time for Shadows of Evil in 2015. And that wait was worth it, because Shadows of Evil is a really, really good map. Darren Fung, we're just coming off of... It's just going to be a deluge of mediocrity. Like, Zombies is not special anymore. Zombies has become part of the multiplayer grind set. We don't get a break between Zombies maps. Treyarch doesn't get a break between Zombies maps anymore. They don't get a break anymore. They had to end Tag Your Toten. They had to end Black Ops 4 early, or make it rushed, a lot more rushed than it should have been, to make Cold War. And Cold War was a very disappointing game. And then we're going straight into Vanguard. Treyarch is fatigued. I feel so bad for the Zombies team, because Activision won't hire more people to work on Zombies, and they're the only studio that's ever going to work on Zombies. And they have to make another game on top of this, so in 2-3 years time, there's going to be another game that they're probably already working on right now, and they have to keep working on Zombies. They have to keep going. The cow is dry. There is no more you can do. Leave Zombies alone. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. There is such a thing. Like, I don't mind that this is a continuation of Dark Aether storyline. I feel like for lore guys, this is perfect. But for everyone else, people like myself that love to do the Easter eggs, I still do Easter egg marathons every week. I'll do Horizon Drog, Origins, Moon, or like something back to back to back because I love those Easter eggs so much. Like, I actually have to try to play an Easter egg other than Mauer because Mauer is the only one that I actually enjoy. I don't, so Activision really needs to take a break. I feel like there is, and I'm so glad the zombies community is just as frustrated as I am because this is a disaster. I'm sure Vanguard in the end, so like a year from now, will be like, oh, remember that one time in Vanguard zombies? You know, but really at what cost? Activision needs to give Treyarch a break. They need to make their own maps, give them their own time, right? And stop making, do not, I swear to God, this main quest, do not make this a casual quest. Do not do that. And if you're gonna make it a casual quest, there better be a hardcore version to go along with this. Because that was the biggest criticism of Cold War. Because if you go on Arcade Zombies, there was a little thread I saw that was asking people their thoughts on Easter eggs of Cold War. And everyone that was a casual player in that thread said that they still did not enjoy it. So Treyarch has failed in the fact that they were making their Easter eggs easy. That was the whole point of Cold War, is to make their Easter eggs easier for more people to be able to access it. So if the people that they designed the Easter eggs for still didn't like it, go back to your tried and true formula of where people like it. Make it for the 1% of players, because those 1% of players will appreciate it a lot more than the casual players that'll only try it maybe once or twice. You know, and just because, oh man, you got what is D Machina's trophy completion rate? Let's take a look. So let's look at so the D Machina Easter egg. So remember, our goal was 2%, our 2% completion, because there was that article that says Treyarch made it their goal to make it so that more than 2% of players completed the D Machina Easter egg. Here we go. On PlayStation 5, this is the PS5 trophy set. I have both trophy sets, PS4 and PS5. 4% have done the D Machina Easter egg. I will repeat that. 4% of players have done the D Machina Easter egg. Of everyone that plays Cold War. Of everyone. And I understand that people don't even touch zombies. They only play multiplayer. They only play the campaign. But it's fair to assume that those same numbers apply, that these same percentages apply to the rest of the games. That 2% number. Out of everyone that plays campaign, multiplayer, whatever. Only 2% completed. We have doubled this number. Doubled this number on PS5. Let's check the PS4 version. And this is as of November 1st. This is as of November 1st. Only 4% of the player base has completed the D Machina Easter egg. Now let's go on the PS4 version. Let's take a look. So we have 8%. That's a little better, but still, we're not reaching. I feel like if we were at double digits, that would be a little bit better. But so we have about 50% of players unlocked Pack-a-Punch. So we have that huge amount of people that unlocked Pack-a-Punch in Cold War, and a very, very small number that have completed the Easter egg. So was it really worth it? Did you really get the numbers you wanted? I don't know what numbers they wanted, but the cost of the quality of the Easter eggs was not worth it. So, just for comparison's sake, let's take a look at Black Ops 4. So let's assume that the same amount of people bought Black Ops 4 in Cold War. 1.1% of players finished Nine's Easter egg. Out of all the players that own Black Ops 4, 1% of them finished Nine's Easter egg. 1%, 4%, 8%, those aren't very large differences. Sure, they're significant, and if you were aiming for 8%, sure, I guess it worked, but oh my gosh. So, and then the numbers don't really get much better. The Blood of the Dead Easter egg, only 0.5% have completed that, which does not surprise me at all, and then 0.3% finished Voyage of Despairs. So, I think, and the quality of at least Nine's Easter egg, the quality of those Easter eggs are much, much higher, and the replay value of those is much, much higher. So, like, the cost of this whole ordeal is absolutely not worth it. Treyarch definitely needs to make hardcore Easter eggs. Now, just for the sake of it, just for the fuckies of it, let's take a look at the rest of the games. So, the Infinite Warfare Spaceland Easter egg, 0.8% of players completed that. Not very surprising. So, the World War II trophies, we can't take a look at because it's bugged out for some reason. So, Advanced Warfare. So, Game Over Man, 0.5% of players. And then let's look at Black Ops 3. So, Black Ops 3, there is no Shadows of Evil Easter egg trophy. Let's take a look at Drak. 1.4%. 1.4% of players completed Drak, and then it just kind of gets a little bit lower and lower as each DLC goes on. So, are these percentages really worth it for the quality of the Easter egg? Like, I would much rather have this high quality Easter egg that not a lot of people play than this disaster that we have gotten in Cold War. So, that's all I'm going to have to say on the matter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.